Good morning, Rabbit Culture of Narcissist Ninjas. I was going to say see you, but I don't see you. So it's a Sunday morning here in Florida, and it's a sad week for Florida with a building collapse. It's like kind of a weird feeling. It's also interesting. I had an interesting conversation with someone in the comment section of a video this week here on YouTube, of someone that was highly defensive because I suggested that perhaps narcissists do not feel empathy, do not have that capacity, and are almost like aliens walking among us. And I do believe that. It's just, I don't know, I'm not saying they're aliens, but they are aliens. You know, they're different from people who can feel empathy. We just can't relate to them. And that's why when we see certain things like people murdering their kids, people being extremely selfish, people just harming other people in interpersonal relationships and different things, we cannot relate because it is not in our nature to do that, because we care about humanity and we care about people, we care about animals, you know, we care about things. And so we just assume that all other people have that capacity for caring as well. And, you know, I have come to understand that there are a portion of life's reptilia that do not have that same empathy gene. And this is based on facts, this is based on experience, and this is based on talking to multiple people who have been in relationships with narcissistic individuals. So, you know, we're not making this up out of our hats. This is proven information. And if people are defensive about that, I can understand, because when I get fact-based information thrown at me about a belief that I might have that is not true, it's disconcerting, right? However, I listen to the facts, whether or not I want to believe them. I kind of am at a stage in my life where I'm fact-based. And the fact is, unfortunately, if you have a narcissist in your life, they do not feel empathy like the rest of us. So these aliens who are not really aliens all have the same traits of MPD. And I'm putting this in a number of my videos because I've heard it over and over about people not 100% understanding that this NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is actually a DSM-5 classified personality disorder. And there are a large number of the population with this, often undiagnosed, because for the most part, narcissistic individuals do not seek out help. And therefore, the ability to gain data of the personality disorder is skewed because we don't have the correct data, right? So we cannot tell how many people that have this, that are walking around with this undiagnosed. Now, there's a difference between someone that has narcissistic personality disorder and people that are just high on the spectrum of narcissism and are just very narcissistic, have some traits, but are not necessarily deep entrenched with the disorder. But either way, personally, I don't like to be around these individuals. So whether they are high on the scale of narcissism with just some traits, or whether or not they have the full-blown disorder, I just don't like being around any of them. So I try to make my space as peaceful as possible by not allowing these individuals in my life. And I'll give you an example. I'm interviewing some people for as a roommate, and I'm very highly, like, it takes me a long time to go through applications and to talk to individuals. And once I pick up lies, once I pick up false truths, and I watch body language, I'm like, I'm like a detective. I am not allowing someone in my personal space that has this any of these traits. And what's weird, I'd like to be able to give them the narcissistic scale interview, but that's like, I don't think you can do that. It'd be nice though. But anyway, that's just an example of why you should be aware of these things, because you want to not have these types of individuals in your close proximity, right? And anyway, I was going to say, as you look down these traits, keep reading, keep going down close to the end. No empathy. So the definition of empathy is basically a simple ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and to try to understand where they are coming from, how they feel about a situation. Whether or not you agree with it, you can at least empathize and put yourself in their shoes and try to identify pain and sadness, or even good things. You can empathize when it's a good thing. When it's a happy occasion, you can show empathy in that way. So will link a little video from Sam Vaknin. Right. Sam Vaknin is a diagnosed narcissist. He's done a lot of work. He teaches college over, I think it's England somewhere. He is very intelligent. I can't stand listening to him. But this is a short clip where he talks about empathy right from the horse's mouth, meaning directly from a narcissist. You can hear him talk about the fact there is no empathy. Now, narcissists can appear empathetic because they learn to mimic empathy from other people. And they also have a thing called cognitive empathy, whereas they can intellectually say, okay, right now in this circumstance, people must show empathy. So they act empathetic. But if you watch a true blue narcissist in action, they can't keep it up for long. Like, it's very shallow, it's very short-lived, and the depth of empathy is just not there. Like, they may go through the motions of empathizing with the situation, but when it comes down to it, they become very uncomfortable in the scenario. Any empathy that a narcissist does show is for a purpose. They see empathy for a purpose. And it's Vaknin kind of describes it as cold empathy. In other words, it's, okay, I got to show this empathy because I want to get some money, or I want to get sex, or they have a purpose for showing their empathy. It is not like the rest of us just feel it because it's part of our natural psyche. But narcissists don't have that same ability to just have the feeling naturally. And I will also link a couple of research-based articles in the description box as well. There's not a whole lot more to say. It doesn't exist. And listen, when I first started studying about narcissism, that was the hardest thing for me to accept, that a portion of the population, and for me it was some of my family and my ex, who I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. So I had to accept that these people were not like me in terms of empathy. They just they don't care. They don't have the same depth of compassion for people that they're in relationships with. And when you wake up and find out that a family member has not really cared about you as an individual, but want you for what you may be represented. And I look at him. I don't like to say too much on my personal stuff here, but okay, I look at when I think of my own upbringing. I'm adopted, right? And I sensed that I was almost like a little, okay, I want a little girl to dress up. I want this, almost like I was a doll to play with. And once I started to grow and have my own thoughts and evolution process into a person with ideas and individuality, I was kind of discarded at that time because I was no longer the little girl to be controlled. And then I became almost like a non-person, right? Because I did not fulfill the dream of what having an adopted daughter would be, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just, I like to give examples, true life examples, to help people understand that this is real. It's painful to have to accept this, but it's reality, right? So they do walk among us, huh? How do we know, though? Maybe the real aliens will be empathetic, unlike narcissists, right? So if you have any questions about this, and I consider myself a gatherer of information, and I give a snippet of it here in these videos, and I hope that it will inspire others to go and learn more about the subject and become an expert in your own life, in your own interaction with narcissism, and learn what you can for yourself so that you don't subject yourself to this kind of abuse and dysfunction. All right. To be honest, I would rather meet a real life alien than a narcissist in a dark alley at night. So have a great day, guys, and happy reading and happy listening. Bye. This is Teo, everyone, and I just wanted to throw a picture of her here because she's part of all my videos in one way or another. If you hear her, she makes little grunts. There she goes. She's making little grunts in the background. I think she's always adding her 2 cents worth. She doesn't talk until I turn the recording off, and then she literally starts talking up a storm. It's weird as heck. It's like she knows when I have the recording on. She won't speak words. She'll only do it after I turn the recording off. So I like to show you that she's real. She's in the background, and she makes lots of noise. She throws boxes around. She throws paper, rips paper, throws peanuts at me. I mean, she does it all, and I'm trying to do a video. So I just wanted to introduce you to my assistant.